Mr. Speaker, on Wednesday, the Rules Committee met and reported a rule, House Resolution 1316. The rule provides for consideration of the Senate amendment to H.R. 5376, the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022. It makes in order a motion offered by the chair of the committee on the budget or his designee that the House concur in the Senate amendment to H.R. 5376. Finally, it provides 3 hours of debate on the motion, equally divided among and controlled by the respective chairs and ranking minority members of the committees on Budget, Energy and Commerce, and Ways and Means, or their respective designees. Mr. Speaker, for too long, too many people in this country have felt like the work that happens in Washington isn't meant to help them, like the people who work in the city are not on their side. And you know what? For a long time, they've been right. For decades, corporate special interests and their out-of-touch friends in the Republican Party have blocked progress in Washington. They got what was good for the rich and powerful, not what was right for working families and the middle class. No more. That time is over. President Biden and Democrats are putting people over politics. We're fighting to create better jobs, safer communities, and a brighter future for our planet. This historic bill this is a historic bill, Mr. Speaker, and at the end of the day, it is not a complicated vote. It all comes down to what your values are. Democrats have been fighting for years to lower drug prices, and this bill lets Medicare negotiate with drug companies to lower the price of prescription drugs. It caps the out-of-pocket cost of insulin at $35 for people on Medicare. It stops excessive price hikes on drugs and says if you're on Medicare, you won't have to pay more than $2,000 a year for your prescriptions. Meanwhile, Republicans oppose this bill because it will cut into big farmers' corporate profits. Boo-hoo. I mean, really? They oppose this bill because they want to let pharmaceutical companies continue price gouging. Give me a break. This bill listens to the climate experts who tell us that melting glaciers and record heat are not normal. It puts us on a path to cutting carbon emissions 40% by 2030, helping create millions of new jobs along the way. This is a huge investment in energy security made in America by American workers that lowers energy costs for working families. It is the biggest investment in fighting climate change in history, ever. This is a turning point in the fight to protect our planet. Republicans oppose this bill because they've never given a damn about pollution or climate change. They're more interested in protecting big oil's bottom line. That's whose side they're on. Now, let's look at health care costs. This bill cuts health care costs for millions of people by locking in lower Affordable Care Act premiums, saving people $800 a year on average. Republicans oppose it because they want insurance companies to make more money by ripping people off. Now, you can't make this stuff up. Democrats want a tax code that's fair, where rich and powerful people pay what they owe, just like everyone else. Honest, hardworking middle-class families have to pay their fair share, but the top 1% dodge $160 billion in taxes each year. The Republican answer? They want to make it easier for the rich and powerful to cheat. I mean, whose side are they on? Mr. Speaker, this is historic. It is bold. And just so everyone understands, it lowers the deficit, and it is fully paid for with no new taxes on families making $400,000 per year or less, and no new taxes on small businesses. Those who oppose this bill don't want to talk about how it will help people, so instead, they're pushing total made-up BS. The money in this bill for the IRS isn't going to result in increased audits on anyone making under $400,000 a year. Don't take my word for it. Who appointed Charles Reddick, the current commissioner of the IRS? Oh, it was Donald Trump. Charles Reddick, Trump's appointee, says the money in this bill will go towards better customer support, quicker turnaround times so that people can get long overdue refunds, and enforcing tax laws against rich people cheating on their taxes. So don't take it from me, take it from Trump's own hand-picked IRS commissioner. I get calls into my district office every day from people who are frustrated that their calls to the IRS go unanswered, and their tax returns are late. This bill will help fix it. Look, here's the truth. This bill puts our government back on the side of working people in this country. Now, like I said earlier, this is about values. Democrats put people over politics. We're fighting to reduce inflation for the people, lower the cost of health care and prescription drugs, make heating, cooling, and electricity bills cheaper, combat climate change with green energy, and lower the deficit. And let's just tell the truth. Republicans are cheering for inflation. Every day they come to this floor cheering for us to fail. In my opinion, they're cheering for this administration and this country to fail because they think it will help them politically. They don't put people over politics. They put big pharma, oil CEOs, corporate tax evaders, and greedy insurance companies over everything else. It's rotten, it's wrong, and it's hurting America. Enough with the cynicism. This is a great day for America. I am proud to be here. It's not very often we get to pass bills that are going to change the course of history for generations to come. I will sleep better tonight knowing that when we pass this bill, we are putting people over politics to leave a better world for our kids and our grandkids. This is a historic moment. Let's get this bill passed and to the President's desk. I urge all of my colleagues to support this rule, and I reserve the balance of my time.